It began subtly, a small shift in her daily habits. A lingering fragrance that didn't belong to either of us. A mysterious call she quickly dismissed. What was once an open book between us, a shared reflection of our lives, had become locked away behind a passcode I didn't know. My wife, Sarah, was no longer the woman I'd fallen for. The partner I had dreamed with, built memories beside. She felt like a stranger living in my home. I kept trying to convince myself it was all in my head. Maybe she was stressed from work. Maybe something was troubling her. Something she hadn't figured out how to say aloud. But a quiet suspicion had already taken root in my mind, and with each day it grew deeper, twisting like a thorn in my chest. One evening, as Sarah showered, her phone lit up with a message. I knew I shouldn't, but curiosity and fear pulled me in. I picked it up. A name glowed on the screen, Ethan, and beneath it, a message that changed everything. Can't wait to see you again tonight. You're incredible. My entire world stopped. Every dismissed hunch, every ignored gut feeling. It had all been real. She was having an affair. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. My body went cold. My heart raced. Nausea crept in. How could she do this? To me? To everything we had shared. Our wedding vows, our memories, the life we built together? That night, I confronted her. Her silence said more than any confession ever could. She didn't deny it, didn't beg or lie, just stood there, guilt written across her face, while my heart cracked into pieces. She tried to talk, to explain her actions, but the words felt meaningless, empty. All I could hear was the sound of something sacred breaking. I slept on the couch that night, a chasm between us, not just in distance, but in spirit. As I stare up at the ceiling, emotions warred inside me, rage, sorrow, betrayal, and something else, resolve. I couldn't just let this pass. She had deceived me, humiliated me, shattered our life. But I wouldn't crumble. She'd fooled me, but I wouldn't let her walk away unscathed. I decided I'd strike back with precision, quietly, ruthlessly. Sarah, lost in her infatuation, had grown careless. Her phone lay open, her email left unchecked. Her secrets were now my map. I dove into her digital world, learned everything about Ethan, the man who thought he'd won the jackpot, not realizing he was just a pawn in my plan. Using her own recklessness, I crafted an illusion, fake emails, carefully planted messages, a trail so convincing that no one would question what it led to, that she was entangled with a married man, plotting to leave everything behind and run away. It all unraveled faster than I expected. The authorities came knocking, a search warrant in hand. Sarah's face drained of color as they read out the charges. Fraud, embezzlement, and adultery. Still a crime in our state. She tried to protest, to explain, but the evidence was overwhelming. The web I had spun had closed around her. As they placed her in handcuffs, she looked at me. I saw in her eyes fear, confusion, and realization. She knew she'd been outplayed. And more than that, she understood what it had cost her. The officers asked if I wanted to pursue charges. My voice didn't even waver. Yes, I said, staring straight at her. She needs to answer for what she's done. The trial became a spectacle. Sarah, once respected, admired, was now the center of a scandal. The courtroom echoed with evidence, each piece another nail in the coffin of her reputation. The jury didn't take long. Guilty, on all counts. As they read her sentence, I felt oddly numb. This wasn't the outcome I had imagined. Not entirely. I hadn't wanted her locked away. I just wanted her to hurt, to feel what she made me feel. And in that, I had succeeded. After it was over, I stood alone in the ashes of what used to be our life. Friends vanished, unwilling to pick sides. The home we once filled with laughter became an echo chamber of memories. I turned inward, threw myself into work, rebuilt slowly, piece by broken piece. Then one day, a letter arrived. From prison, from Sarah. There was no apology, no plea for forgiveness. Instead, she told me about Ethan, how he had abandoned her the moment her name hit the news, how he took whatever she had left and vanished. She admitted the truth at last. She never loved him. She was caught up in the thrill, the attention, the escape, and in chasing that fleeting fantasy, she lost everything. Reading her words, I felt closure. My revenge had been thorough, but it didn't give me the satisfaction I imagined. It left something else behind. Emptiness. Justice, I realized, cuts both ways. It can offer closure, but also scars that don't fade. And perhaps the deepest punishment of all was this. The person I had sought to destroy was already gone long before I ever struck back.